Hello and welcome to our live healathon event. I'm Brent Michael Phillips. I will be your host for tonight, where I'm going to guide you on an exciting journey to first discover and then experience for yourself the 7 secrets to higher dimensional living. We've got a lot to do. This is going to be an amazing experience. We've got a lot to cover. So here are the things you're going to experience. First, we'll start off with a little discovery and some demonstrations of these 7 secrets so you know what they are and how they work. You'll get to experience subconscious block clearing. You'll get to experience consciousness shifting. And this is really a rare treat. There's honestly only a few people in the world that know how to do this. And I will be doing it with you here right now in a couple of minutes. I'm going to be doing after that a live healing session. I've taken a volunteer from my VIP club, so I'm going to have a real person with a real problem and show you how to apply these secrets in real time, and you get to follow along and get healed too. How awesome is that? We're going to have an extensive question and answer session at the end. I give you my word, I will stay on as long as it takes to answer all of your questions. We're also going to be giving healings to everybody that requests one. And like the questions, I'm pledging I will stay on as long as it takes tonight to give everybody who requests one a healing. And the last thing we'll do before we finish at the end is a radiation clearing healing. I encourage you to stick around for that. It's a really powerful and important process to clear the harmful radiation that's accumulated both in your body and into your electronics, especially your cell phone. And so let's have some fun. This is a live interactive event. And as part of the webcast, we have both a chat room and a Q&A. And so the chat room, please just jump in right now and say hello. Just let us know your first name and where you're at tonight. We'd love to hear from you. So the Q&A is a separate panel. You'll see that on your webcast. That's if you want to submit specific questions for me or a request for healing. And again, after the presentation, I'll be answering all the questions and doing healings on everybody, and I will stay on as long as it takes. And so during the presentation, I won't be able to interact with you in the chat room because I'm obviously presenting. But I have a few of my assistants and students there. And please, again, say hello. If you have any questions, we're happy to help out. So I am Brent Michael Phillips. I have been called the Miracle Engineer. And so why should you care about this, right? Why do I think I can change your life so quickly? Well, let me tell you why. It's because I have made it my life's purpose. It is my mission, my quest to help you end your suffering. It's that simple. I've devoted my life to discovering, understanding, and explaining higher consciousness, how to reach your potential and inner power, to uncover and offer to the world the highest truth, to be a guide and a teacher of awakening and embodiment to help everybody accelerate on their journey to enlightenment, to the end of your suffering. That's why we're here. If you've heard of me maybe on the radio or the TV, I'm very pleased that some of the media have actually called me the #1 most powerful American healer and spiritual teacher. By background, I am a software engineer from MIT. And back during the 80s and 90s when I was at MIT, I am legitimately one of the people that created the modern internet. But the last 15 years plus of my life, I have been a healer, a spiritual teacher, a spiritual coach. I've had over 20,000 students come through my courses. I've facilitated over 18,000 private sessions. And the thing here I am most proud of, I have been able to facilitate over 1,500 miraculous instant healings for my clients. And when I say a miraculous instant healing, I'm not talking about someone who goes, oh, I felt nice energy. I'm talking about things that show up on medical scans that confuse and befuddle doctors. So if you're here to experience and discover the formula for miracles, you're in the right place. You may have heard of me on TV or radio. I've been a frequent guest on both local and national TV and radio. I've also been a frequent guest on a lot of internet telesummits. I've been an expert guest on well over 200 summits, including almost all the big ones. And I've been the most popular and best-selling guest on a lot of them. I am the founder and creator of the Awakening Dynamic System for Personal Transformation. I am a 2-time Amazon #1 best-selling author. And so I know that you want to make the most of our time together. So please, just for the next hour or so, either turn off your cell phone or put it on silent. Close or minimize the link-based twit gramming app, whatever it is you kids are using this week. Trust me, social media will still be there after we're done here. And I don't want you to be distracted, so, if possible, either mute or turn off your TV. Because again, I want to offer you the fruit of my life's work. I want to give you the keys to the universe. And I know you want to make the most of our time together. So let's jump right into it. I'm here to help you experience miracles. It's that simple. So what's a miracle? Well, quite simply, a miracle is any phenomena that can't be explained by our current level of science and technology. And guess what? You're already living amidst many miracles. You just may not know it. For example, the computer or phone or tablet you're watching this webinar on, that would have been considered a miracle just maybe 100 years ago. Even without a network, electricity is a miracle. Our cars, our houses, the internet, our whole modern world is a miracle. Why? These are things that, again, just 100 years ago would have been considered magical, miraculous, impossible. And so what I want to offer to you is very simple, that the things that we still call miracles, instant healing, the ascension of consciousness, prosperity, finding love, finding purpose, developing razor-sharp intuition, even achieving enlightenment, these are all things that are within our grasp now, because there really is a formula for miracles. And I'm going to talk a little more about it. But I want you to know this for now. There really is a way to facilitate and invite miracles into your life. And the only reason you haven't learned it yet is simply that you haven't learned it yet. The same reason why we didn't have cell phones and the internet 100 years ago. People hadn't discovered and understood the technology yet. But I've made it my mission, my purpose to spend my life to figure it out, to offer it to you. Because I guarantee in 20, 50, maybe 100 years in the future, instant healings will be considered normal. Profound transformations around money and success will be considered normal. Developing razor-sharp intuition will be normal. Why? It's all just technology. And I want to offer you the state-of-the-art technology for miracles. And so you may ask, okay, Brent, that sounds great, but why do people call you the miracle engineer? Great question. I got my background at MIT. When I was growing up, it was my dream to go to MIT because I wanted to be the world's greatest programmer. It was that simple. I'm not sure I ever achieved that goal, but I did go to college at MIT and I discovered the internet. And of course, that sounds funny today, but back in the 80s, no one had ever heard of the internet. And long story short, I became one of the world's leading internet experts. When I was in graduate school at MIT, I helped to send the first ever live video over the web. I created some amazing real-time applications. I won't geek out on you on all the things I was involved with. Just know that I really am legitimately and truly one of the people that helped to create the internet. And so when I left MIT, I figured, well, heck, I'm going to move to California, start an internet company, and make millions. And you know what? I had a lot of success at first. My very first year out of MIT, I did the very first website for Nissan Motors. I did the very first website for Disneyland. I even did the first website for the launch of the Sony PlayStation in the summer of 1995. So, you know what? Things got off to a great start. And you'd think, well, heck, Brent was such a great background. You went to MIT. You were an internet expert at just the right time. You did these incredible websites, all these high-profile projects. You'd be hugely successful, right? Well, you know what? Unfortunately, it went just the other way. I didn't just crash, I burned. My whole life blew up. And so I'm going to go through this quickly because I know a lot of you watching this have already heard my story, but just the basics. When I left MIT, I started a website design company and an online game company. And I figured, well, I'll recruit my lifelong best friend, I'll work really hard for a couple of years, and then sell my companies for millions of dollars. And it got off to a great start. But there was a secret, a dirty little secret, and it was this. In order to create two internet companies, things, these things we're doing had never been done before, fast-moving technology. At the beginning of the internet boom, the only reason it happened is because I was working 100 hours a week, literally. It was every day, early morning to late night, 7 days a week, no breaks, no vacations, no holidays. It was nothing but work. And my health started to break down. After a few years of this just brutal work schedule, I started to have some pain and stiffness in my wrist and my elbows and my neck. And then one day it hit me like a ton of bricks. After another long day at the office, I went out to drive home, and my hands were shaking so bad I couldn't get the car open. But I didn't panic. I figured, well, heck, I'll go to the doctors. They'll take care of me. And so, long story short, I spent 3 years in conventional therapy. And I didn't get better. I got worse. My pain got so bad, I had to move in with my parents because some days I was in so much pain, I had to have my mother cut my food for me. I'm not kidding. I even had a lot of trouble driving. I could only drive 10 or 15 minutes at a time because I'd have to pull over because holding the steering wheel was too painful. But you know what? After 3 years of treatment, I finally got in to see the head doctor at Curlin Job, which is the top physical therapy clinic in Los Angeles, where all the professional athletes and Olympians go. And I was so excited. I'm like, wow, I'm finally going to see one of the best doctors in the world. I know he'll be able to help me. And I walked into his office, and he had all my files on his desk, and he just looked at me and said, I'm sorry, son, but there's nothing I or any doctor can do for you. You're always going to be in a lot of pain and you'll never be able to work. And I was dumbfounded. I was like, what? The best doctor in the world is telling me he can't help me? And the last thing he said before I left his office, he said, tell me, son, is there someone that can take care of you until you die? I kid you not. And he put me on permanent disability when I was 27 years old. They actually told me, please don't come back. They didn't want to waste their valuable resources on an impossible case. And so I was devastated. When I told my best friend about this, my business partner, I figured he'd be like, hey, buddy, hang in there. We'll get through it together. Instead, the opposite happened. I was fired from my position at the company. The website company that I had founded, it was my idea. I built it up with my blood, sweat, and tears. Were sold for millions of dollars behind my back. And so I was devastated. What I call the cherry on top of that hot fudge sundae was I also found out that my lifelong best friend and partner had secretly been dating the woman I was in love with. So it was a wipeout, as they say, a dark night of the soul. Everything went wrong. I was in terrible pain. I couldn't work. I was living with my parents. I had no money. I was racking up credit card debt. And I was told that there was no possibility of recovery. And my case was so bad, I was put on permanent disability at 27 and sent home to die. And so I didn't get totally down at first. It seemed like my life was over, but I had a friend of mine get me into positive thinking. And so, long story short, for the next year or so, I became this gung-ho positive thinking warrior. I went to positive thinking weekends, and I put power words on my walls and said my mantras and affirmations, and I'd go and jump on the stage and high-five my friends and make vision boards and all that kind of good stuff. Well, guess what? It didn't help. I didn't get better. I got worse. I then turned to alternative medicine because I figured, well, maybe this alternative stuff could help, right? And so, long story short, I spent 5 years as a professional patient trying everything, you name it, acupuncture, herbs, homeopathy, osteopathy, craniosacral work, chiropractors, Pilates and yoga, and Reiki healing and pranic healing. And I did all these different cleanses and diets and detoxes and machines and you name it. I didn't get better. I got worse. And things really reached rock bottom in 2003 when I agreed to have an experimental surgery that a doctor thought could help me. I was accepted into the program, and when I woke up after the surgery, instead of being cured of my pain, I found my right arm paralyzed. I couldn't move it at all. And so it was stuck like that for several months. I tried all sorts of manipulations and machines, and it was then that I got turned on to this woman named Terry from my aunt. And she said, hey, Brent, my friend Terry does this New Age healing thing. I think she's a little nuts, but go ahead and try it. Maybe it could help you. And I went to see Terry, and honestly, I didn't expect her to be able to help me. I had been to like Reiki healers and pranic healers before, and she talked to me a little about the power of the subconscious and how the subconscious blocks can cause health problems, and talked to me about my belief in God and what had happened with my first wife and my best friend and all the pain I'd been through and the money I had lost and all the traumas and such. It was a very interesting, she did this subconscious block clearing thing, which I'll demonstrate for you in a few minutes. And at the end of our session, she just said, okay, Brent, relax, we'll take care of your arm. And I'm like, yeah, lady, good luck, right? Give it a shot. And she's sitting across the room from me because this is all done with the mind. There's no hands-on, there's no machines, there's nothing you take, nothing like that. And she just kind of went into a trance. And about a minute later, my elbow went pop. And I was like, oh my God, I couldn't believe it. I could move my arm again. And so that was the first miracle. That was a huge turning point in my life where I looked at her and I said, Terry, I don't know what you just did, but I got to learn this. And so that was the day where this MIT engineer decided to become a healer. I wanted to figure out what had happened because I had discovered and experienced a miracle, but I knew it was not a coincidence. I knew that everything acts according to the laws of the universe, and I knew I could find that code. I knew I could figure it out. And so I started on my journey, and I've spent over 15 years, over 20,000 hours, and over $500,000 to work with the master healers, the intuitives, the gurus, the best people in the world. And I have figured out how it all works. I learned their secrets and shortcuts and techniques, and now I'm here to share it with you. And again, it took me a long time, but I think I've cracked the code. There is a formula for spiritual technology, and that's why I'm here tonight with this presentation. I want you to experience this for yourself. One thing I want to emphasize, you may be thinking, okay, Brent, sure, you could do it. You could be a master healer, right? You went to MIT and, you had all this success with all these websites. Well, guess what? I want everyone to know that certainly when I started this, many of my teachers told me I was their worst student ever. Why? I was so stuck in my mind. I couldn't feel at all. MIT had put me so deep in my head, it disconnected me from everything. And truly, one of the miracles of my life is that I could learn this stuff. And I want to be very clear that the reason will be so easy for you is because it was so hard for me. I had to learn all the ins and outs, all the nitty-gritty, all the details in order to figure it out. And because I was so bad at it, you're going to be amazing at it. And so I want to emphasize this because it confirms for me that if I can learn to do this, energy healing, accessing intuition, seeing energy, dissolving pain, experiencing instant healings, you can do this too, guaranteed. And you're going to be able to do it much faster, much more easily, and with a tiny, tiny, tiny fraction of the expense and effort that I had to go to. Remember, when I was 27, I was told my life was over. I was put on permanent disability. I spent years running around for treatments, racking up an enormous credit card debt. I've been through a bankruptcy. I've been through a divorce. I won't bore you with all the things I've been through. I've had migraines. I had cancer. On and on and on. And I was able to overcome all of that using the exact system I'm going to share with you tonight. One of the proudest moments of my life was when I got to take my son to see the World Series. Oh my gosh. 20 years ago, I never would have thought that would be possible. But I was able to heal my body, heal my mind, start a new career, make money, find love, start a family, and create an enormous amount of positive change in the world. And that's what I want to share with you. You can see my wonderful family here and my little boy RJ, who's the center of my universe. Just one of the many things I'm not going to talk much about. I was told I could never have children because I had Lyme disease. I had suffered from severe chemical poisoning, a lot of other stuff that I don't want to get into. And he's become the light of my life. But I'm sure you're a lot more interested in what this can do for you. So using these exact same 7 secrets, we're going to be sharing and demonstrating and using with you tonight. Some things other people have done. I mentioned I have helped clients to experience over 1,500 miraculous instant healings. And again, this is stuff that confounds doctors and shows up on medical scans. I've seen dozens of instant healings from cancer. The most important was my mother. She was diagnosed with clear cell endometrial cancer in 2010. I did one healing session with her, exactly what I'm going to share with you tonight. Again, we're doing a live demonstration in a few minutes. Just like that, from one healing session, all the cancer vanished from her body. When she had the surgery afterwards, her oncologist said, Karen, I've been doing this for over 30 years and I've never seen this happen. Somehow, all the dangerous cancer vanished from your body. Again, that's just one of the many miracles. If you go to my website, you'll see I have hundreds and hundreds of testimonials. This stuff really works. I have helped my clients and students to achieve profound life transformations, especially around money and relationships. Absolutely. And perhaps most importantly, I've helped thousands of people to significantly raise their consciousness, to reduce the amount of suffering they experience, help them move towards enlightenment. And this is the exact system I want to show you right here, right now. Before we go any further, I want to offer you some hard proof, something more than words and anecdotes, that this really works. And so here's some proof. What I'm going to share with you are some live blood cell analysis pictures. What is that? Well, live blood cell analysis is when they take a drop of your blood and look at it under a microscope, and they can determine the state of your health by how it looks. And so I've had this done a couple times with people before and after my weekend intensive. And so I'm going to show you just a few before and after pictures so you can see for yourself the incredible change that happens in your physical blood by learning these things. Again, that you don't take anything, there's no supplements or special foods or anything. This is just 2 days spent in higher consciousness with me, and this is what happens. And so here's some pictures from Tom. On the left is Tom's blood on Friday afternoon before we started the event. The picture on the right is the same person's blood 2 days later on Sunday. And the only difference is you spent 2 days with me immersed in this energy of higher consciousness. That's it. And this is the incredible physical change that happens. And you don't have to be a live blood cell analyst to see this is pretty phenomenal, huh? This is the change that happens within the cells of your body when you're exposed to this energy. There's another few pictures from a woman, Nicole. Again, the picture on the left is her blood on Friday before we started the event. And on the right is her blood on Sunday just 2 days later. And I've done this several times with different live blood cell analysts. All of them have told me the same thing. They say, Brent, I can't believe this. Normally, to see this much change in someone's blood takes at least 6 months of special diets, supplements, meditation, and detoxifying. We can do it in 2 days, just with the energy of higher consciousness. This really is the formula for miracles. Here's just one more. Here's Tony. Here's her blood on Friday before the event started on the left, and there's her blood on Sunday after the event. All this done just in a 2-day training. Pretty incredible, huh? So there's some hard proof that what we're doing here creates incredible positive change in every cell of your body. I know you want to experience that. I know you want your mind and body to be sharper, healthier, stronger, more powerful. And I'm here to help you. And so, quite simply, there are 7 secrets to miracle consciousness. Just 7 things you need to know in order to experience this kind of change, to watch your blood transform, to experience instant healings, to change the direction of your life. And I'll talk just very quickly about all of them. We have instant healings. We have communicating with the subconscious mind, the development of intuition, clearing subconscious blocks, what I call subconscious recoding. We have theta wave manifesting, meaning how to use a waking theta brain state to send a signal out to the universe to bring things into your life. We have embodiment, and I'll talk a little more about this. This is a huge missing piece in many of the systems and programs I've studied. We do that through consciousness shifting, which we're going to do here in a few minutes, and movement feedback holography, which I'm going to show you a demonstration of. And lastly, there is awakening, the deepest spiritual truth, discovering you. Secret number 1, instant healing. This is the exact same process I used to deliver over 1,500 miracles to my clients. This is the exact same process I'll be using for everyone tonight that requests a healing from me. What I want to do is offer a quick case study here from a man named Aristotle. He came to one of my courses not long ago, and I want to show you a short video of what happened to him right after he went through it.
Hi, my name is Aristotle Karras. I wanted to give a testimonial for my friend Brent Phillips. That I just took his class, Awakening Dynamics. It was probably the most in-depth healing workshop that I've ever taken. It was so profound because it gave you real tools that you were able to use right away. One of the students in the class, besides myself, we ended up knowing each other and from another event, and we called each other a couple of days later after class, and she happened to fall down and hit her head. And I said, hey, do you mind if I do some casework on you? And she goes, absolutely, please. And within minutes, she was having her headache and trauma that she had go away. And I've had amazing experiences since then, been able to work on myself, work on my family. I just cannot say enough about Brent Phillips and what a gift he is to the world, and his skills and his level of teaching. Just the handouts alone were just epic.
Next, I want to share with you a case study from one of my students who recently came to the course. I haven't had a time to get his video yet, but this is what he told me. In his words, he said, I didn't do my first healing until 6 months after I'd taken your course, when my mother was diagnosed with leukemia. She was taken to Georgetown University, one of the best hospitals, and told she had 2 weeks to live. They sent her home with some medications and a very small chance of survival. Anthony goes on to say, I wasn't sure if I was ready, but with your block clearing, I was confident in my training. So he did a healing on her. The same process I'm going to demonstrate for you in a few minutes. And then he says, this week she returned to the hospital and they found no trace of the big C. She is 100% healed. And I wanted to share this with you because this is someone that just went through the weekend training, didn't even use it for 6 months, and experienced a miracle and saved his mother's life. This really happened. And I know you want to learn this. I know you want to have this power, this ability. I mean, after all, if you can just do one awesome healing like this, even if it's just one for the rest of your life, isn't it worth it? Isn't it worth the time and the energy times 1,000, 1,000,000? I think so. And so, again, I'm showing these because these are things that my students did. All they did was go through the first training. That's it. So on to the second secret, body intelligence. One of the most important things I want to share with you is how to bypass the conscious mind in order to get a direct hotline to your body's intelligence, to the subconscious mind. And so here's how it works. The mind lies. The mind can deceive you. What we say, what we write, it can be deceiving. However, when you know how to communicate with the body, it always tells the truth. And there's a couple of ways we use this. One is how to identify the codes in the subconscious. You'll see me using this in the live healing we're going to do in a few minutes. Another way is through the movement feedback holography. We actually learn how to read the energy patterns coming off the body through movement. And so this is really important stuff. When you learn how to communicate directly with the body, you will discover the deepest truths, and you will be able to move your life forward. On to secret number 3, intuition. Part of my mission is to show everyone how to access their intuition. And this is so important because everybody can do it. Trust me, it took me years and years of practice to figure it out. And if I can do it, MIT engineer stuck deep in his head, if I can do it, you can too. Because intuition is your connection to the higher power. It is your higher intelligence. And guess what? The odds don't matter when you have a strong intuitive connection. Intuitively, you can learn the right house to buy, the right stocks to buy, the right foods to eat, the right people to associate with. This is a life changer, and I would love to share this with you. But don't take my word for it. I'm going to share with you a quick case study here from a woman named Felicia and how she came through this training and the incredible results she experienced about how it turbocharged her intuition. So let's turn it over to Felicia here.
Hey Brent, this is Felicia here. As a result of taking the class, being a level 1 Formula for Miracles practitioner, I am able to heal people instantly. As a result of that, my income has increased by at least 20%, and I launched a radio show that Sunday night, and so I would like for you to be on the show. And so I am just so grateful and thankful that I am a part of your tribe and will continue to be, because I do intend to take the next set of classes. So that's what Formula for Miracles has done for me. It personally has changed my life. The Unleashing Your Inner Millionaire helped me to overcome some negative thoughts about money and success. What else? Some generational curses. And I mean, it was instant, and I saw results after that. Like I said, my income increased 20%, my confidence increased, my self-esteem, how I, knowing that I am more than enough, even my intuitiveness increased. So I'm stepping back into my power. I am my power, and I'm grateful and thankful.
So there you go. A little bit from Felicia about her experience. Now we're going to move on and talk to you about secret number 4, subconscious recoding. And this is really important because this is the way we clear out the blocks. I'm going to show you how to find the subconscious blocks, how to clear them, and how to install new code into your subconscious. And I have highly optimized this technology. I've used everything I learned at MIT to make it so fast, so easy, so powerful that everyone that comes through the training learns how to clear subconscious blocks on the second day in just seconds. Guaranteed. Everybody. And this is literally rewriting the software of your life. I call it the software of your soul. And by learning to identify and clear these blocks and add in new code to the subconscious, you can completely change your life. Literally how it works is we all have programs inside of us for every area of your life, just like a computer. You have a program for your career, your physical health, your emotional health, your love life, your intuition, your sense of purpose, your friendships, everything, even your level of happiness you have a program for. And I want to show you how to change those programs, how to improve them. And I want to do a couple demonstrations here so you can see exactly what this looks like. I am going to be doing a live healing demonstration in just a few minutes, but right now I want to start by showing you a demonstration. This was recorded live at one of my weekend workshops with a man named Michael. And I want you to see a miracle happen during the healing session. And I'm going to show you just a little bit of it here. Anyone that's interested, I have the full video I'd be happy to share with you. Now, it's about 15 minutes to watch the full session. But he came to my workshop. I picked him out of my crowd. We did 15 minutes of healing, and this is what it looks like. So we'll turn it over here. Let's check. I have to quit my job to make more money?
I have to quit my job to make more money.
Good. Do you have your own company or a job? Or?
Own company.
Okay. I have to start a different company to make more money.
I have to start a different company to make more money.
No. Okay. You may want to. We just don't want to make you think you have to.
Okay.
Let's check. I have to take a huge risk to make more money.
I have to take a huge risk to make more money.
Okay, let's clear that, okay?
Okay.
I have to take a huge risk to make more money.
I have to take a huge risk to make more money.
Good.
Okay.
I have to know how it's going to happen first.
I have to know how it's going to happen first.
No, good. I'm open to Creator's plan for my life.
I'm open to Creator's plan for my life.
Good. I can be happy no matter how much money I make.
I can be happy no matter how much money I make.
Nope. Want to shift that?
Might as well, yeah.
It's okay. I can be happy no matter how much money I make.
I can be happy no matter how much money I make.
Good. I can take care of my family no matter how much money I make.
I can take care of my family no matter how much money I make.
Good. I am comfortable in my new energy.
I'm comfortable with my new energy.
Good. My body is comfortable with its new energy.
My body is comfortable with its new energy.
All right. All set. Good work. Yay. Congratulations, sir. So there you go. That's what it looks like. And in a few minutes, I'll show you from Michael in his own words what happened afterwards. But let's keep moving. We've got a lot to cover. Secret number 5, theta wave manifesting. And so this is a really important tool because this is how we bring things into our life, right? We manifest. But you may be thinking, hey, Brent, whoa, pump the brakes. That sounds to me like the law of attraction. And I've done a lot of law of attraction stuff. Maybe you spent a lot of money on it and didn't get a lot of results. And so I'm going to answer that. What is the law of attraction? Well, the law of attraction tells us that what you focus on tends to show up in your life, right? If you focus on being positive, being wealthy, you'll tend to have a happy, prosperous life. If you're focused on problems and negativity and scarcity, you'll get more of that. So that's what the law of attraction is. But of course, most of us who have done law of attraction stuff, maybe you're like me and you went to all these different programs and seminars and intensives and retreats. You may have spent a lot of money on it without seeing a lot of positive change. Well, there's actually a study that was done, and it showed over 99% of people that used the law of attraction felt they got bad results. That's pretty awful, right? The typical law of attraction has a 99% failure rate. Well, guess what? There's a reason for that. It's because many of us are full of subconscious blocks. And using this technology, what I just showed you in the little demo with Michael, you can change that. You can have a much higher success rate, but only if you have the right technology. Otherwise, you can throw away $1 million on coaches and positive thinking weekends. It's not going to do anything. But there is a secret. I want to help you make that breakthrough. You may say, okay, Brent, what about that 1% of people that do use the law of attraction and are successful, right? Like a lot of the people teach in the seminars and sell in the books. Well, that's because there's about 1% of us that are naturally clear of subconscious blocks. You know, you get 200 people in a room, on average, 2 of them will have success. But I want to do much better. I want to show you how to raise the success rate dramatically with the right technology. Because for me, remember, I spent about a year on this positive thinking path, going to all these programs and seminars and coaches, ran up a huge amount of credit card debt, and it did nothing for me. Why? I was full of subconscious blocks. That's the difference Terry made for me. With this technology, you can clear your blocks. You can actually get results. So let me emphasize, the law of attraction won't work until you can clear your blocks. Good news is, in just a few minutes, I'm going to be doing, again, a live healing demonstration of what we call digging, of taking a real person with a real problem and helping them to very quickly identify and clear the huge blocks that have been holding them back. So you're going to get to see me do that live. Again, remember, 99% of our power is locked up in the subconscious. That's huge, right? And so in order to access that power, we need to use the theta wave. And so the keys to having success with manifesting are very simple. One, you need the technology of the theta wave. I'm going to offer that to you and make it really, really easy. And two, you need to clear your subconscious blocks. You do that, the theta wave is like this magical key that unlocks the power of the subconscious mind. It's pretty amazing. And so remember Michael from a few minutes ago? Well, in that little block clearing session you saw, now I'm going to show you in his words what happened in his life just a few days later. This has actually happened literally the day after the weekend course. So we'll turn it over to Michael again.
In September, Brent called me up and we did some digging. You may notice in the manifesting in your booklet we just did, it said if you had a manifest that showed up tonight, come and let us know tomorrow, which triggered my thoughts about this story. Well, Brent did the digging on me. We went through financial prosperity. Very intuitive, very good session. But I remember at the end he said something like, okay, now the money can flow to you. Let's bump it up a bit and have some good money come in. So I went home. My pot of gold was not sitting there on my front doorstep. So I didn't have a story the next day. And the day after that, it was still pretty much life as usual. However, well, let me tell you, I was at one point the director of computing for a good chunk of the UCLA campus. It was back in the mid-90s. I left there in 96. Well, on Monday, I had a letter from the University of California saying that they had money for me. As a matter of fact, it was over a six-figure check, and they wanted to know if I wanted them to process and send it to me. They'd been trying to find me, and they finally located me. So I thought about this because I told Brent I thought he was slipping there. It took so long for that money to show up, but I had to give him a break because we figured out there was no mail delivered on Sunday. So the check showed up on Monday.
Yep.
Well, the letter showed up on Monday, so all I had to do was request the check.
Yep. Pretty incredible, huh? And of course, I have to emphasize, I can't promise everyone's going to get that result. Not everyone that comes through this training has over $100,000 show up out of nowhere on Monday. But this really happened, and it's because we applied these technologies. We used the theta state, we cleared his blocks, and boom, his life transformed. Over $100,000 showed up the day after. I think that's pretty amazing. But on to secret number 6, which is embodiment. And this is important because this is a huge missing piece in almost everything I have studied. And so what does this mean? Well, what is embodiment? Well, quite simply, embodiment is going beyond learning spiritual teachings to living them. Embodiment is the difference between reading a book about how to swim and actually jumping in the water and swimming. And this is what I want to do for you with the energy healing, the law of attraction, the higher consciousness. Of course, I'm going to show you the best technology and explain it to you, but I'm also going to give you the experience of it, because I don't just want to talk to you about this stuff. I want you to experience it for yourself. And this is huge, huge, huge. The embodiment is what made the biggest difference in my life, awakening and embodiment. When I first started the embodiment through the movement, which we'll demonstrate in a second, I literally more than doubled my income in less than 6 months. And it kept rising after that. So that this is no joke, that this is enormous. Because embodiment turbocharges your abilities. Whether it's for healing, for manifesting, for intuition, for purpose, for making a difference in the world. This is a huge spiritual turbocharger. And there's 3 primary techniques we use for this. One is movement feedback holography, where we read the energy pattern on people doing special movements, and I entrain them into the quantum field to reprogram those patterns, and I'm going to demonstrate that. We also do it through consciousness shifting, which we'll do also in a few minutes right here on this webinar, as well as brainwave synchronization, which is a little more advanced. And just know that without embodiment, you cannot fully activate the law of attraction. And there's very few people out there that really know what they're doing and how to teach this. Good news is, I think you found one of them. So what we're going to do next is I'm going to show you just a little clip of a real-life movement feedback holography session with Jake. And this, again, was recorded live at one of my weekend intensives. And I think it'll be much easier for you to see what it is rather than me trying to talk about it. So here we go. Let's turn it over to Jake.
Wow. It's his left and right side are totally split. It's like there's a barrier down the middle of his body, and the left and right are not cooperating. They're oddly in sync.
Very much in sync, yeah.
They're very much in sync. But I see like this big barrier right down the middle.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's like dividing you in half.
It's hard to see it from the side, but I can see it on the camera view. It's like a 1 foot wide barrier between the two.
There's also a little bit of frustrated loss, not sure where to go. That's showing up? Yeah. That he has energy, but he feels like what he's doing doesn't really matter. That's just wrong and bad. Show us the bully, the brute.
Yeah. Oh, wow. See the
power?
Boy.
Oh, wow.
I think the room is shaking.
Yeah. I felt like a wave of force flew off of you.
Oof, there's some power there.
You see how much sadness is coming up? That's okay. Go with the sadness. The sadness will set you free of all this.
It's pulling in towards him a lot more.
Yeah.
The energy's coming in.
You can feel how powerful he is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, this is really good.
Oh, yeah.
You see,
and even though he's sitting, it's moving through his whole body.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like a power that's flowing from top to bottom.
Can you see his vision turned on? Mm-hmm. You can see he has huge vision. There's so much wisdom in there.
Pretty cool stuff, huh? It may seem a little strange if you've never seen this before, but the movement is probably the most profound and powerful technique that I've experienced to move yourself forward. And I know you want to experience that too, and we do it all in the first weekend intensive. But I want to still cover secret number 7, awakening, which I've saved for last because it is the deepest, the most challenging, but also the most rewarding. And so, what is awakening? Well, first let me tell you what it's not. When I say awakening, I'm not talking about learning about energy healing or the law of attraction or intuitive readings. That's good stuff. What I'm talking about is something very specific. When I say awakening, I mean coming to a crystal clear understanding of what you are, this awareness, and how that's completely different than you as the separated ego. And the awakening is so important. This was such a huge change in my life. And this is not something Brent invented. This has been around for thousands and thousands of years. In the Eastern traditions, this is considered the highest study there is. What's called Jnana Yoga, the yoga of wisdom. In the West, we call it non-duality. In the East, it's called Advaita Vedanta. But this is the deepest truth. This is truly all of these things and more. Awakening is the beginning of the end of suffering. It is the key to penetrating and releasing attachment. It is your personal spiritual turbocharger. By learning to penetrate and release attachment, to be present, to drop in, you will become so much more powerful doing healings, doing manifesting, doing everything in your life. This is the secret of higher consciousness, and many have referred to it as the foot in the door to enlightenment. There's one path to enlightenment through higher consciousness in terms of how we map the progress, and that path goes right through awakening. There is no enlightenment without awakening. Without awakening, there will always be suffering, no matter how rich or powerful or healthy you are. And so I want to give you all of this. Without further ado, I want to move ahead so everyone can actually experience higher consciousness. Enough talking about it for now. I want you to experience this. And so we're going to spend a few minutes doing what I call the consciousness shifting process. For many people, you will start to see energy and auras with your open eyes. Now, it doesn't happen for everyone the first time. For some people, you may need repeated exposures. And for some, it's more intense than for others. But for many, this will unlock your ability to see energy and auras with your open eyes. If that happens for you, please let us know in the chat room. We'd love to hear from you. Another purpose of this is by moving you into a higher place of consciousness, it can help to dissolve pain and discomfort. So if you're in any kind of pain right now, it could be physical pain, emotional pain, doesn't matter, financial pain, what you'll notice is afterwards, it will lessen. It may still be there a little bit, it may be completely gone. We'll see what happens. But higher consciousness can dissolve any pain. It really can, and I want to show you so you can experience this for yourself. The most important reason I do this is I want to give you a little taste of awakened consciousness. It's like talking about orange juice. I could talk to you all day about it, but it's no substitute for taking a sip. This is the closest thing I found to giving you a little taste of awakened consciousness. What we're going to do is really to crank up the volume of okayness in your life in the world. Because guess what? 3 minutes from now, you're going to be in the same body, the same family, the same job, the same financial situation. But guess what? When you can raise your consciousness, everything will seem more okay. You will be empowered to take action that will make a difference. And this is really important. Everything will seem more okay. That frees you up your power for positive change. Some warnings. If you go deep into this, you may see faces disappear. If you're looking at my picture, you may see my face fade away and others show up. If it does, great. What you're seeing is me in other incarnations, what we call past life memories. Don't panic, not everyone sees it. But if you do, that's what's happening. You're seeing beyond the veil. If you go very deep, you may seem like the whole room is fading away. That's incredible if you can do it. Don't worry. Again, that's wonderful. It means you're really getting it. You may also notice that objects that you know are stationary seem to be moving. There is an illusion of movement. If you see that, great, you're on the right track. And just know that you don't have to have any visual experience to get benefit. So what we're going to do is we're going to go for about 3 minutes here, and I'm going to draw you into this place of higher consciousness. And I'm going to talk just a little bit because I want everyone to know I'm here with you. But I'm not going to talk nonstop because I can go deeper into the quantum field with you when I'm not speaking. So again, I'm just slowly going to entrain you into the zone. If you're not sure what to do, just look at my left eye on the picture. So here we go. And I'll just talk a little so you know I'm here. And what I'm doing is entraining you into the quantum field. We're literally seeing beyond the veil, the illusion of our physical reality, to see the truth underneath. Not everyone gets the visual effects, at least at first. And I'll stick with it, you will. You might see the white aura appear. If you're really good, you may see the colors too. Try to minimize your blinking. Don't force your eyes open, but the less you blink, the deeper it's possible to go into the quantum field. You may notice things getting blurry. That's good. That means you're getting it. And so I'm going to just go quiet here to go a little deeper into the field with everybody. Don't worry, I'm going to be here the whole time. So we'll do just a little more here. All right, and then I'll gently bring everyone back to normal, whatever that is, huh? Excellent. So remember, the goal there is just to give you a little taste of higher consciousness. And a lot of us are unconsciously resistant to that. If we're really stuck in the ego, it's not your fault. It takes a little while to pull out of it. And so I hope you had some great experiences. Please let me know in the chat room. Let us know. Were you able to see my aura? Did you see anything moving around? Did you see other faces? And more importantly, do you feel everything's a little more okay? This is higher consciousness, less suffering. So if you experienced anything, less pain, more spaciousness, everything's more okay, please let us know in the chat room. We'd love to hear from you. I'm going to offer one super fast case study from Deborah about her experience diving in and learning this stuff. And so we'll turn it over to Deborah. So here we go.
Hi, my name is Deborah. I was a student of Brent's this past year, and I'd like to sincerely thank him for all that he taught me in his Awakening Dynamics Level 1 course. Prior to that, I had been in the technical field for 21 years, and I had to leave in 2014 due to chronic fatigue syndrome. This was mostly stress related for me, and being the left brain logical person that I was, I decided that I was going to take a leap of faith and leave my job and go ahead and work on the physical. And I didn't really have a lot of concepts in the metaphysical world. So about a year and a half later, I was kind of in the same predicament. And I was spinning my wheels, and I was really feeling hopeless. And then I learned about Brent on a teleseminar in 2015 of December. And he spoke about his story, which I related to because we're both technical. And he talked about some concepts that I wasn't familiar with in the metaphysical world. And so I was really intrigued, skeptical but intrigued, because I had tried so much more before that. And so I took a leap of faith with him, and I went ahead and enrolled in his course in January. And he taught me that everything up here really does shape how we see our world. So he showed us the tools to simply access that information of these limiting beliefs, and he showed me how to reprogram them in a very simple and elegant manner. So, and I'm really thrilled because, about 8 months later, life is just so different now, and I'm just so excited because I'm about to start a holistic business, and my health is just improved significantly. So I'm really sincerely grateful to Brent for getting that information out there, and especially for people like myself who are very technically oriented, because he made it so easy to understand all these metaphysical concepts, and he really opened up my world. So thank you so much, Brent.
All right, so thank you to Deborah for sharing with us. Now I have a question. Is this for you? Are you open to the possibility that a genuine spiritual awakening is the gateway to finally live the life that you know you deserve? Is this for you? I think you want to deepen your understanding, to awaken the unlimited healing energy within you. And who's interested in discovering the secrets hidden in the ancient mystery schools? I am very lucky that my teacher gave me permission to share these with the world, unfiltered, to give you the purest, the most powerful teachings that for thousands of years you could only learn at the highest levels of the ancient mystery schools. And so are you ready? Are you ready to leave your old life behind? Are you ready to move into the higher dimensions, to experience the power, the fulfillment, the joy that comes with knowing how to use and apply all these things? We know that you were created to lead an extraordinary life, and I'm confident you'll agree this program is the key to unlocking your authentic power. And so for any program, no matter what it is, if you want to learn karate, if you want to learn surfing, a language, learn to play guitar, energy healing, you name it, for any program to be effective, there must be 3 core components. Number 1, you want to learn from cutting edge yet proven content. That's important. You want the best stuff available, but you need to know it works. Number 2, you need supervised practice with masters. This is important. This is why you can't learn energy healing or karate from a book. You need to have supervised practice with people who really know what they're doing. And lastly, you need ongoing support. You need a community. You need an opportunity for deep discovery. What this will not be is, come through a seminar, get a rubber stamp certificate, and be thrown to the street. No, I'm going to give you a lot of ongoing support, community opportunities to get help, to practice, to go deep into the topics you're interested in. The Secrets to Higher Dimensional Living Weekend Intensive is truly the culmination of my life's work. It is an in-depth live training with lots of hands-on exercises to take you deep into every aspect of this formula for miracles. You will learn and use all of these secrets: instant healing, communicating with the body intelligence, developing refining intuition, learning to do subconscious block learnings and downloads, theta wave manifesting, embodiment through movement, through consciousness shifting, as well as awakening. All of these things are covered in depth. And it starts with a 2.5-day workshop. It's always available through online live video streaming. It is a step-by-step process to raise you into higher consciousness. And I guarantee, if you haven't started your awakening process, we will start it. If you have already started it, we will accelerate it. We will show you how to quickly identify and clear subconscious blocks. That's the demonstration I'm going to do live in a few minutes. I'm going to show you how to do all this, how to find the core. Quite simply, I'm going to give you all my best tips and processes and shortcuts, the exact same system I've used to create over 1,500 miracles. You're going to get all of that handed to you on a silver platter. Lots of hand-on development. And this course is packed with value. I know a lot of weekend seminars and trainings, they may have one good idea or technique that they fill with fluff and expand out to a weekend. That's not this. You will see, you will get a life-changing insight, technique, idea, teaching every 5 or 10 minutes. There will be dozens of things, any one of which could totally change your life. And to make sure you don't miss anything, you get a very detailed manual. It's over 100 pages long, a full recording of the entire event, so you can go through it again as many times as you like, all included, as well as an option for professional certification. And just to make this a complete no-brainer for you, I'm also going to give you something I almost never do. I'm going to give you a free one-on-one private session with me. That's right, not one of my students, not a recording, but a live one-on-one with me. We'll schedule a time. I will answer your questions. If you don't already know how to do muscle testing, I will walk you through it step by step. We'll do some foundational subconscious clearings and downloads. We can do the Healing the Broken Soul healing process. Yes, you can heal a soul if you know how. We will do Sending Love to Baby in the Womb to heal you of any toxic chemicals or emotions you were exposed to before you were born. We can even do the consciousness shifting process you saw earlier, but we will do it one-on-one. And many people find they get a deeper, more profound experience that way. And I want to do this because I want to make this a no-brainer. And I want to show you that I really do care about every single person that comes through this program. I want to make sure that you are ready to succeed, that you have everything you need in place to reach that place of higher consciousness. And so you will get a free one-on-one private with me, but only if you register during the webinar today. But of course, that's not all. There's a lot of other awesome stuff you're going to get. Also included is on-the-house access to my exclusive Silver Level VIP Club. With Silver Level, you get access to regular practice groups. We usually do them every week. Live practice groups. You can join us, ask questions, practice what you learned, get healings. It's phenomenal. Every month I do a live demonstration and give away a private session to a member. It's a good chance you'll win. If you stay in the club and apply, everyone that stays in and applies wins free sessions with me. I do regular live block clearing and Q&A sessions. There's a huge archive of private one-on-one sessions you can listen to learn, to get more healing, to go deeper, as well as what I call my deep learning masterclasses. And so there's many of these. These are just a sample. There's over 40 on the site. They are masterclasses of high-def video trainings and PDF workbooks on all these different subjects. And this is just a few examples. Happiness, fear, anger, addiction, confidence, emotional eating, awakening, self-esteem, brain optimization, forgiveness, understanding personality types, dissolving pain, and there's a lot more. This is just a sample. All this is included. You get all of this, which I think is pretty amazing. And so you may ask, okay, Brent, what's this going to cost? All right, I'm going to answer you. Now, the truth is, I spent over 10 years and over $500,000 going around to all these different gurus and masters and healers and intuitives and workshops and intensives to reverse engineer their secrets. And if you've been around the New Age world for a little while, self-improvement, that you know there are plenty of $10,000 plus workshops and coaching programs that do not deliver anywhere near either the quality or the amount of content and hands-on experience you're going to get here. I know this because I've been through a lot of these programs. I've spent an enormous amount of money going around to some very well-known people. And I can guarantee you what I'm offering is so much more value. It's crazy. And so the full price, if you add up everything that's included, is actually only $6,612, which honestly, even at that price point, this is the best investment of your life. to learn how to live in the higher dimensions, to do instant healings. I mean, from my experience alone, there have been many lives saved and many more transformed. How much is that worth? You're going to get all of this, and I want to make it a no-brainer. I really want you to go through this program. So I'm going to drop the price all the way down to $497, or there's a payment plan available if you prefer that. And so you get the full 2.5-day live or online weekend intensive. You get a very extensive manual, a recording of the entire event, and an option for professional certification, as well as silver level in my VIP Club community, practice groups, block clearing calls, Q&A sessions, opportunity for deep learning, plus a whole longer list of bonuses I don't want to get into now because I want to get into our live healing. But all this is included, and I'm discounting it over 90% because I want to make this an easy decision. This should be a no-brainer. I'm also going to let you know that I'm going to take away all the risk in terms of the money. There is a 100% no questions asked money back guarantee. So I don't want there to be any risk on your part. If you think this won't be as good as I say, come see for yourself. If you disagree, you can have your money back. And it is a conditional money back guarantee with a simple condition. All you need to do is attend the entire first day of the training, either live or online. That's it. If you attend the entire first day, just 4 hours, and you don't like it for any reason, you can get 100% of your money back, no questions asked. And you can keep the bonuses, which I don't want to talk about now. There's so many bonuses, it's crazy. Maybe I'll talk about them after the live healing. So no financial risk to you, 100% money back guarantee. It is a condition that you must come to the first day of the live training, just 4 hours. Because I know that when you see how powerful this is, how valuable it is, you're going to want the whole thing. I have total confidence in that. And so I encourage everyone, if you see the value here, which I hope you do, I know you want this, register now. There should be a little button beneath your webcast that says, yes, transform my life. Just click on that. It'll take you to a page with some more information about it. And then you can go ahead and check out, and you'll get everything showed up right in your web browser as well as in your email. Just let us know if you're coming live or online, and we'll take it from there. I think you'll be amazed. I know that many of you are ready to invest now. If you see the value here that I do, I know you want to do this. Just click the button on the webcast that says, yes, transform my life. I'm going to give everyone a minute here that wants to go do that. If you want to stick with us, don't worry. Next is our live healing demonstration. So if anybody has any specific questions for me, please put them into the Q&A. I'll answer all the questions at the end. I will also be doing healings on everybody. If you have any healings you'd like to request, put them into the Q&A. But right now, what I want to do is transition to our live healing demonstration. And so what I've done is I've selected one of the members from my VIP club, and I give away a private session like this every month to a member. And we broadcast it through a call like this so other people can listen in. However, I want you to know that you're not just listening. I'm also including you in all the healings I'm doing. And so all the block clearings we're doing, all the downloads, all the trauma clearings, all the healings, I will also be giving to you. So it's entirely optional, but if you know how to do muscle testing and you want to follow along and check yourself for the blocks, I will also be sending you all the same clearings and healings. So I encourage you to at least listen, if not follow along. I think you'll get tremendous value, even if you're not the person I'm working with. So let's go and make sure they are on the line right here, and we will transition in, and you will actually get to see me do some live healing on a real person with a real problem. All right, we got Donald with us today to join us for our Healathon private session. So welcome, Donald.
Thank you.
Donald has been through the training and is part of my Awakening Intensive group. And this is one of the many little benefits you get by being part of that group is free private sessions like this. So Donald, I know you've been through the trainings, you know what we're doing here. So we'll skip the whole setup and introduction. What would you like to work on today?
I kind of want to address sort of like a hyper awareness of people.
Okay.
Judging me, or I'm aware of them, or I sense them.
Okay. All right. So what's the thing you're afraid of here? What is it you don't want them to think of you? Because if they're all thinking, hey, Donald, what an amazing guy. He's really got it together. That'd be okay, right?
I don't even know that's what they're thinking. If I knew that, that would be great.
Yeah, but what are you worried about that they might be thinking?
I'm not matching up, whatever. I'm not doing what's expected of me.
Okay. All right. And what happens if you're not matching up? What happens then? What's the worst thing about that?
I mean, I don't want to say I don't care because I perform at my own standard, but I do care what other people say. But, you know, I guess it's more that I would like to know more so than
Okay.
whether or not they look down on me.
But if they are looking down on you, what would be the worst thing about that?
Not much, really, because I know I
Well,
perform better than them.
there's got to be something, right?
Hey, that's the thing, you know. That's what it is. It's the hyperness of being aware. Maybe I'm too sensitive of people around me.
Sure, but if you weren't concerned with it, again, if they were all thinking, "Wow, Donald, that guy's awesome," then you wouldn't really be concerned about it, would you?
No.
It's pretty much always a fear of a negative judgment. And you were on the right track. You said maybe I'm not matching up. I'm not, up to speed. So what happens if you're not? What happens then? What's the worst thing about that if you're not matching up?
I answered to myself, so I need to know.
Okay. What happens if you don't? What's the worst thing about not knowing?
I could have made a change. I could have been.
Could have been what?
Could have been something to help.
Okay. Who or what is the most important thing you might want to help?
Them.
Okay. Do you see how abstract all your answers are?
No.
Yeah, because you're going, well, I'm not matching up. I missed something. I'm not up to it. You see how it doesn't mean anything, does it? That's why I need to press you to get specific. What exactly might happen if you don't match up, if you're not good enough, if you don't meet expectations?
Well, you fail basically
Okay.
in your dealings.
But you see another abstraction, huh? So let's see if we can get inside that. What's the worst thing you might fail at?
Providing for my family, providing for myself.
Good. All right. So then we're on the right track. That's the first real answer you've given me. Do you see that?
Okay.
That's a real thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. So go ahead and calibrate your muscle test. Check yes and no.
Yes.
Okay. And check no.
No.
Got it? All right. I want you to check. I'm afraid that people will judge me.
I'm afraid that people will judge me.
Yep.
That's a yes.
Okay. If people judge me, I will fail to provide for my family.
People judge me. I'm afraid. If people judge me, I will fail to provide for my family.
Yep. So, we're going to do the emotional snapshot here, okay?
Okay.
So, I want you to close your eyes and imagine that everyone's judging you negatively, secretly. They're all thinking what a disaster, what a loser, what a failure you are. So much so that you can't provide for your family anymore.
Mm.
That's a little scary, right? So I want you to invite that fear in and make it as big as you can. And let me know when it peaks.
Mm.
Got it? Okay. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how big is it?
Big.
Scale of 1 to 10, how big is it?
10.
10, okay. And where do you feel it most in your body? Okay. In your head?
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Now I want you to check. I know what people really think of me.
I know what people really think of me.
No? Okay. Let's give you that, okay? So here's just a little tip, and this is for everyone, not just for you, Donald. Nobody is nearly as important in other people's minds as we think we are. Right? We're always concerned, oh, what are they thinking? What are they, blah, blah. Most of the time, most people just don't care. They're caught up in their own issues, wondering what you're thinking of them. But that's the nature of the ego. It loves to be the star of the show. It loves being in the center of the drama. Mm-hmm. It likes to insert itself right in the middle of everything. Mm-hmm. So I would guess the vast majority of the time, you're not even on people's radar. It's nothing personal, right? It's true for everybody. So most of the time you can just relax and go, you know what? They probably don't care at all. Because they're caught up in their own drama, their own emotions, their own triggers, what's happening in their life, right?
Right.
Right. How much time do you spend going around judging people you don't know well? Exactly. Right. That's my point. Not much. It's one of those problems that appears in the mind much bigger than it actually is in reality. That's all. Okay, let's check again. I know what other people really think of me.
What other people really think of me.
Good. Nope. Okay, we'll get that. I know what other people really think of me.
I know what other people really think of me. Nope.
Okay. This is possible.
This is possible?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Okay, we'll change that. This is possible.
This is possible. Okay. Yes.
Good. I know this from the creator's perspective.
I know this from the creator's perspective. Yes.
Okay, good. I know what other people really think of me.
I know what other people really think of me.
Good.
Nope.
Okay, we'll get it now. Yeah. Okay. I know what other people really think of me.
I know what other people really think of me. Yes.
Good. You got it. I know how to provide for my family no matter what other people think.
I know how to provide for my family no matter what other people think of me. Yes.
Good. And I know what this feels like.
And I know what this feels like. Yes.
Good. I can provide for my family no matter what.
I can provide for my family no matter what. Yes.
Good. Okay. Other people think I'm matching up.
Other people think I'm matching up. Yes.
Okay. That's good. And so, of course, we can't shift everyone else's opinion of you without them being here doing their own session, right?
Of course not.
What we are doing is we're changing your belief about what other people think of you.
Oh.
That's the trick here, right? So you change your belief about them. You are then unconsciously signaling them, telling them how to treat you. And this is one of the little secrets to life. We're constantly broadcasting to other people through the subconscious, telling them how to treat us and how to behave around us.
Ah.
And it's pretty amazing how sometimes you just shift that signal you're sending by working your own beliefs and people show up differently in their life.
So if I come in with my own belief, I broadcast it.
Yep. We always broadcast our beliefs.
Okay.
We literally were like little transmitters telling everyone around us how to behave and how to treat us.
Mm.
As an example, it's very common when people around the holidays go back and spend time with their family of origin. If you go like with your wife or someone that you've known, you may notice when they go around their family, their behavior changes.
Mm-hmm.
And what's going on is they haven't actually changed, but you put them in that environment, they're being bombarded with all these signals from their family who have beliefs that are years or decades old.
Mm-hmm.
And many people behaviors regress when they do that. You know, someone that, for example, hasn't smoked in 20 years, goes home for the holidays and all of a sudden they're outside smoking. Why? What's going on is their family still thinks of them as a smoker. So when they're in that environment, that signal shows up in the brain. And, so that's an example, right?
Wow.
So you changing what you believe about other people can have a big impact. So I want you to check, if other people judge me, I will fail to provide for my family.
If other people judge me, I will fail to provide for my family. Nope.
Good. Okay, so let's repeat that emotional snapshot. So again, close your eyes and think about the worst judgments that people might throw at you. It's so bad that you can't even support your family anymore. And look for the fear and, invite it in and see how big you can make it. Whenever it kind of plateaus or peaks, let me know.
I can't invite something I don't see.
Okay, so it's not there at all, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right, give yourself a little round of applause. That was pretty awesome. We went from a 10 to near zero in what, 9 minutes?
That's wow.
Yeah, isn't that cool? So this should make a big difference for you.
Yeah, would that also is the same concept as if, in trying to learn something?
Yep.
I have this fear of going into this new avenue.
Yep.
It's
just a matter of your own beliefs. You go in and clean up the beliefs, it gets easier. Now, I can't learn for you, right? If you want to learn guitar, you're still going to have to buy a guitar and play, right? But the belief work can absolutely facilitate the process. With the right belief work, you'll find the right guitar teacher. Things will kind of click into place to pave the way for you to do the work. Does that make sense?
Well, absolutely.
So, yeah, I would do a little belief work ahead of any important thing, just to change your energy. It's again, it won't do the work for you, but it's a facilitator. It will help you bring in the right pieces of the puzzle, so it's things come together more easily.
Okay.
Awesome.
So now in level 1, when we were doing level 1, this is basically a continuation of applying yourself to
that's all there is to it. Yep.
Right?
It's just all we did was muscle testing, downloads, and block clearings. All those just the simple techniques you learned in the first intensive. That's it. Okay. So let's do the integrations on you. I want you to check. I'm comfortable in my new energy.
I'm comfortable in my new energy. Yes.
Okay. My body is comfortable with its new energy.
My body is comfortable in its new energy.
Okay. So I'm going to take a second to run some unconditional love through you, okay?
Okay.
All right, awesome. How do you feel?
Feeling great.
Isn't it amazing what we can do in, 10 minutes? Make a huge difference in your life.
It's unbelievable.
We're going to get back to our healathon in just a second. Do you have any words of advice or any experiences you want to share with everyone watching today from the training you've been through?
It's amazing. I mean, I've been trying to get this training for a while, but never find the time. And I'm so mad at myself for not doing it so early.
Yeah, you wish you had done it before, huh?
Oh, my God. It was amazing. I mean, I felt like I got hit with a ton of stuff, but the processing of it is amazing.
No, it's funny. Sometimes people are like, oh, Brent, I think I want to do your weekend intensive, but my boyfriend's thinking of going to the beach that day. I'm like, really? This will change your life, people, right? Don't worry. The beach will be there next weekend. You need to come, right? You need to, you get a credible benefit, right? Yeah. So thank you, Donald. If you can remember to shoot me an email in the next week or two, let me know how you're doing.
Wonderful.
Because people are always curious what happens during these demonstrations. I'm going to have a whole bunch of people asking. So let me know. And, if you want to jump on for a minute or two with the next healathon to report back, that'd be great.
Sounds good. I will.
All right. Thank you, Donald. And give me 1 second here. We'll get back to our healathon. We'll answer some questions and get into our healings.
Thank you.
So there you have it. If you come through this program, again, 1 weekend, that's it. You can develop the skills of a master healer almost overnight. Took me years. I'll give it to you on a silver platter. It really is that fast. I mean, you'll be blown away by how easy it is. That I can guarantee. You will get the most powerful spiritual technology based on real science. There's a lot of people that claim, oh, it's based on science. Well, guess what? Most of those people don't know what they're talking about. I am a legitimate scientist and engineer. I got the diplomas on my wall. I'll pull my transcripts from MIT. See for yourself. You will get the most powerful technology available anywhere. I'm going to show you how to do powerful instant healings. You'll learn that just on the first night, in the first couple hours. You will experience your genuine spiritual awakening. And if you haven't started down the awakening path, we're going to give you a huge head start. If you've already started it through 30 Days to Awakening or other sources, I'm going to accelerate the process for you, get you a lot closer to your goal. I'm going to share with you the one great lie that creates all suffering. It's really one great lie. And not only will I show you what it is, I'll show you how to dissolve it. Everyone who comes through this, you will be able to clear subconscious blocks in seconds. Guaranteed. I have never had someone that couldn't. Guaranteed, in seconds. You'll be able to install new codes in the subconscious mind instantly. Again, guaranteed. Every single person that's gone through it has been able to do this. I will show you how to raise the setting on your subconscious financial thermostat, because that's the only way to really increase your prosperity over the long run. I will show you how to identify the core blocks, the things hiding in the subconscious that create illness, injury, poverty, depression, etc., and how to identify and clear them for yourself and others. I want to show you and help you experience higher consciousness for yourself. We're going to have a deeper, longer, more powerful experience of consciousness shifting. We're going to do the movement. We're going to do some incredible stuff. Remember the blood cell pictures? That's what really happens when you do this. I know you want to experience that. I will show you how to clear harmful radiation from your body and electronics. Now, I will be doing this for you at the end of our webinar tonight, but I know you want to learn to do this for yourself, your family, your friends, your office, your home, in seconds for the rest of your life. That alone, that one thing can make such a huge difference for you. I'm also going to show you how to clear the negative energy around you that's sabotaging your personal power. This, again, if you just learn this one thing, this can change your life. And almost everyone that goes through the training can actually notice the difference after you've cleared the energy. It's really incredible. I will explain to you the simple science that explains miracles. I will help you to raise your consciousness significantly and permanently in just one weekend. I mean, how awesome is that? As we've seen from the pictures, you will be able to radically increase and improve the health of every cell of your body. I'm going to offer to you the secrets, the shortcuts, the techniques that I've used, the exact system to create over 1,500 miracle healings that literally saved my mother's life, saved the life of my son. He almost died when he was in the womb. I've seen instant healings on HIV, on cancer, back pain, neck pain, anger, depression, addiction, you name it. And ultimately, I want you to be able to create the conditions for a steady stream of miracles flowing into your life. I know it took me 30-some years before I experienced my first miracle. Now, it's very rare that more than a day or two passes when I don't experience one. There are literally hundreds, thousands of miracles waiting for you. You just need the technology to learn how to access them. I know you want to do this. Why wouldn't you, right? It's a no-brainer. You get all of this for just $497 or 3 payments of $199, 100% money back guarantee. So I want to take away all the risk. So you can just click the button on your webcast that says, yes, transform my life. Or if you prefer to enter the URL, it's there on the screen. You can type in awakeningdynamics.com/special. And so I'm very quickly going to mention the bonuses. These are only available if you register during the webinar. Number one, you get the Abundance Toolkit, which is 3 pieces, 2 masterclasses of 7 videos and workbooks, 1 on abundance through benevolence, 1 on spiritual investing. This is really high-level stuff. I normally sell them for $197 each of these pieces. So this is a $600 value just in the first bonus. You get the Deep Theta guided meditations. These are encoded audios to help you access that Theta state. It's a wonderful training tool. And I'm going to give you 2 versions of 15 and 45 to accelerate your progress, to make it much easier for you to be a healer, a manifester, an intuitive, to master your life. I'm also going to give you an hour-long Secrets of Muscle Testing video training, so you can learn how to do that.
And don't forget, if you register during this webinar today, you also get the super bonus, something I almost never offer. You get a free one-on-one private session with me. We can cover muscle testing, subconscious downloads, subconscious clearings. We can do healing the broken soul. We can heal you before you were born. We can even do the one-on-one consciousness shifting. And I know you don't want to miss out on this. So if you're serious about this, if you want to get all the tools to change your life at no risk and a free private session, now is your chance.
So add it all up. Again, if you just want to pay the full price, I don't mind. $29.97 for the weekend training. And at that price, I think it's still the best investment you could ever make. I honestly believe that. You will get an extensive manual and a full recording. Why? I'm going to give you so much powerful content. No matter how smart you are, you can't take it all in the first time. Because I want to give you as much value as we can possibly cram into a weekend. And so I give you an extensive manual as well as a full recording, so you can get everything out of it. Again, I want to give you as much value, as much life-changing power as we can possibly cram into one weekend for the lowest price possible that lets me to keep business running. That is honestly and truly what I'm doing here. You also get silver level in my VIP club. That's your support, your community, practice groups, Q&A sessions, opportunities for deep learning, demonstrations. Heck, you can even win free privates with me. And a whole long list of bonuses I don't want to go through again. I know that you see the value here. 100% money back guarantee. Everything here, all 7 tools, just $497 or 3 payments of $199, or type in awakeningdynamics.com/special. And you might be wondering, okay, Brent, that seems like a huge claim. You're really going to change my life that much in just a couple days? Transform the blood, teach me dozens of techniques, make me a healer, a block clearer, understand science, begin awakening? How is that possible? Well, I'm going to answer that. It is possible to achieve this in one weekend. There's a lot of things I've developed, technologies and approaches that no one else has. I'm just going to share one of them here. So here's just one. It's the miracle macros. And here's how it works. 50 years ago, if you needed software, you needed to either write it yourself or go hire someone to do it for you. There was no other choice. And so back then, getting custom software was difficult. Only experts could do it. It was expensive. One program could cost millions. And it was time consuming. It takes months or years to develop code from scratch. Nowadays, almost any software you need, you can download on the internet. It takes seconds, and most of it's inexpensive. So that's a huge difference, isn't it? What used to be expensive, difficult, time consuming is now almost effortless, almost free. As a result, it's quick, it's easy, it's inexpensive. Heck, a lot of apps just cost a few dollars. Totally different world, right? Well, guess what? This is exactly what I have done with energy healing, with the law of attraction, with awakening. When I first learned this stuff, it was all these complex steps and words and visualizations. Did you know it took me over 3 months of daily practice and private sessions and seminars before I did one healing? It'll cost me like, I don't know, $9,000, $10,000 just to do one healing. And it took me 7 years of full-time work to become a master healer. Well, that's because back when I first started doing this, learning healing and awakening was difficult. It was expensive and it was time-consuming. But guess what? I've created one of the technologies you're going to get is called the miracle macros. I've spent years literally writing the energy code for doing healings and block clearings and space clearing and all that stuff. And I can download it straight into your subconscious mind. It makes learning a healing technique as easy as downloading a new app. And so how is it possible? Well, again, I've spent my whole life, my whole career developing the code for this. For instant healing, subconscious block clearings, intuitive readings, manifesting, space clearing, radiation clearing, and a lot more. And during this intensive, I will download it straight into your subconscious and show you how to use it. And literally doing healings is just as easy as downloading an app and running it. You will see for yourself. And so that's how, in just one weekend, I can teach you all of these things. Healings, clearings, awakening, the science, manifesting, intuition, how to dig, how to locate core blocks. I wouldn't expect you'll be a master healer after just 2 days, but you might after 2 months. You will have the skill and power of a master healer within a matter of weeks or a few months, just by learning and applying with everything you're getting included here. And that's one of the reasons I give VIP Club. I want you to go to the practice groups that have opportunity for Q&A, to work with partners, to really master this. And so you're going to get world-beating technology and teaching, hands-on supervised practice, ongoing support, community, Q&A opportunities, live practice group, deep learning, all included, no extra charge. And so it includes the live ticket to the weekend, either again at the hotel or online, your choice, extensive manual. You will use all of these 7 secrets, every one of them. You'll also get a full recording. And I want to mention, if you prefer to come live, but I'm not able to accommodate you, either because the room is sold out, I do use a small room to keep it intimate, or because we're doing an online-only course, if you register and come online, I will give you a free retake to come live next time. So again, that's for those who, for whatever reason, if you want to come live but I can't accommodate you, please attend online and I will give you a free retake to come to the hotel next time and guarantee your spot. So I hope that helps. You will actually use all these 7 secrets. There'll be a lot of hands-on practice. Day 1, we're going to cover awakening and instant healing. Everybody gives and receives a healing on the very first day. And we always see miracles happen the first day. Would love to hear about your miracle too. Day 2, we show you how to talk to the subconscious, how to do block clearings and downloads, and how to access your intuition. We also cover how to locate the core blocks. On day 3, we cover manifesting and embodiment, as well as a grab bag of applications like the space clearing, the radiation clearing, the science of healing. So lots of hands-on supervised practice. And you will also get support and community in the VIP Club. We do practice groups every week. We have frequent Q&A sessions, block clearing calls. I do live demonstrations. I give away privates to the members. And there's a huge archive of what I call deep learning. Master classes, recorded calls, recorded sessions, articles, videos, special material.
And don't forget the biggest bonus of them all. I almost never do this, but if you register during this webinar, which is going to end very soon, so you're almost out of time, I will give you a free one-on-one private session with me. I will do whatever it takes to get you ready for this weekend. Do some block clearing, healing the broken soul, sending love to baby in the womb, consciousness shifting, muscle testing, address your concerns, answer your questions. I'm going to show you that I really care about every person that comes through this program. And I'm giving you time on my calendar that displaces another paying client because I really want to make sure that you are ready for this, that you have everything in place. And I want to get to know who you are and what you want to get out of this. This is important to me. But I can't offer it beyond this webinar. It's just too much work for me. So if you want to get the free one-on-one private session, now's your chance. It's going away in just a couple minutes.
All of it for just $497 or 3 payments of $199. Just click the button that says, yes, transform my life. It should be on the webcast. Or type in the URL, awakeningdynamics.com/special. Pretty easy. And of course, you're covered by the no questions asked 100% money back guarantee. All you have to do is attend the first day of the live class. And if you don't like it, if you don't feel it's worth twice what you paid, just let me know. You can drop out and get all your money back, and you can still keep the bonuses. And I want to make this a no-brainer because I think that you really need to learn this stuff. It will change your life so much. Literally, almost every day of my life, I get emails from students thanking me. Oh my gosh, Brent, I'm so glad I did your program, and tell me about the incredible things they've learned. So I want to make it a no-brainer. I want to take away all the financial risk. But you need to make your commitment if you want to get the lowest price point and all the bonuses and the money back guarantee. Oh, you can come back at any time if you want to pay the full price, the $66.12. No problem. I'm happy to accommodate you. But you want to take advantage of the $497 or the 3 payment offer. If you want to get all the bonuses, everything included, you need to make your investment during the webinar. So again, just click the button or put in the URL.